Now, if you use all of your screens and you still have two answer choices left, how can we move on to the next question quickly and make sure that we get through the rest of the test? If it's a question that's giving you trouble, it's one of two things. Either you're missing something big and you missed like a really good screen in the answer choices that you have remaining, or you are in a situation where it's a really tough question and everyone's going to be struggling on it. Most of the time, if you're struggling, everyone's struggling. So look for screens, obviously try to make those, but if you can't and you're down to two answer choices, these are our tiebreakers for moving on to the next question. The first tiebreaker is the most important. Which is the clearest in the meaning of the answers that you have left? Which tells us the story most clearly? And so a lot of times clarity will mean I have a pronoun that correctly refers to the noun that it's meant to talk about, but maybe it's a little ambiguous. And so one of the sentences has the pronoun, the other sentence restates the full noun. And in that situation, it might look wordier, but it's actually adding clarity to the sentence and the meaning. I would prefer that one that restated the noun to the one that was more ambiguous. So that's our first screen. Hopefully that can get you to the right answer, but if it doesn't, you move on to the second one, which is conciseness. Which of the sentences gets the job done with the least amount of extra words? So if you start introducing words like being and stuff like that, with his being ready for, instead of he was ready for. You know, the second version of that was shorter and more concise, and I'd prefer that as an answer choice, and that gives me something I can use to make my decision and move on. Finally, if neither of these is helpful, it's probably because you're dealing with something like an idiom in which you'll have to use your ear. So use your ear only as a last resort. Most people rely on their ear all the time, and it's a problem, because we need to attack sentences technically in order to get a really super high score. And so use your ear if you absolutely have to, if you're in a corner, because our main goal is to finish the entire test in a timely manner, make sure we have extra time to work on reading comp and critical reasoning. Sentence correction should be the quickest subject area. And so I want to make sure that if I'm struggling, as a final backstop, I say, which of these two sentences do I honestly prefer based on the way that they read to me? That's called using your ear. And choose that answer choice, move on to the next question, and know that if it was hard for you, it was probably hard for everyone else as well.